My name is Duy Vinh, and I practice meditation. I am originally from Vietnam. I was born in countryside in a very small city called Funnell. It was a very happy time. And when I was 8 years old, my father decided to move to Saigon because the war between the Viet Minh and the French troops started to be so devastating. When I finished my high school, I was 19 years old. I was finding a way to get out to study somewhere else. And Canada has wonderful scholarship called Colombo Plan Scholarship. It was in 1972, the war was so intense. So my mother told me to continue my study and not to come back to Vietnam right away. So I continued after my graduation in mechanical engineering at Laval University. Then I thought I could go home afterwards. And my mother said, don't come home, continue to study there. But during my study at Laval University, she passed away. And I could not go home easily because of the study. Because for any Asian, any Vietnamese people, the good way to take care of your parents, that is so important in our culture. And because if I went home, I could be drafted in the army. So I stayed to finish my study, and I couldn't see her when she passed away. So that affects me. I carried that regret and remorse for several years. When I lost my mother, it affected me, and I became, like I used to say, a compass that lose direction. So for me, it's like déboussolé. That was the term I use. And I wonder and I wonder a lot. And wow, I shouldn't be living like that. When I received a copy of Thay's book, A Rose for Your Pocket, and he talked about his mother, how he lost his mother in that book. I was like moved by that book. So already Thay's name is in my head. And later on, well, when I met my teacher, I learned how to take care of myself. That is what my mother wanted me to do. And that is one way to take care of her. Thầy means teacher. Thầy has a Dharma name, Thích Nhất Hạnh. He was a Buddhist monk. He decided to form a small group to practice Buddhism in the southern France. And the name of this place is called now Plum Village. During a trip in France, I went to visit Plum Village with a friend. And that's how I encountered the practice of mindfulness. So in 1989, when we first came back from a retreat, there was a few people in Ottawa, and we get together. We formed a small group at that time, practicing meditation. A Sangha is a term in Sanskrit, which means simply a group of people who comes together to practice together, to support each other. We have no goal to accomplish. We just try to make a place where people can come and practice with us. That's it. We have no goal, no aim. We don't try to accomplish anything. Pagoda Sangha and my life are going together. Practice with the Pagoda Sangha helps me to continue preserving, maintaining my ability to stay mindful in my daily life. I am solid. I am free. The meaning of my life changed with time. When I was young, the meaning of my life is to do good work at school, being a good son at home, listening to my parents, things change. And when I came here, the meaning of life is to succeed, come home and take care of my mother. But then all that changed. But now the meaning of life for me is to live fully every moment of my life, because life is so precious, and to be in touch with life in the present moment, I think is the best way. Although there is no way to happiness. Happiness should be the way.
In the ultimate